She started out as somebody a lot more cold and calculated, somebody a lot more imperial. But now, because we cast Janina Gavankar, she has this emotional core that really brought out the character in ways that we didn't expect, to the point that Walt Williams, my co-writer, and I, we completely rewrote the character.
Hi everyone, I'm Alanah and today I am at Velcro Supernova cosplaying
As a cosplayer and someone who has played games since I was 4 years old, every time a new female protagonist is announced, I'm excited. I've transformed myself into Lightning, McCree from Overwatch, and even Kate from Gears of War 4, and I'm thinking next in line might just be Iden Versio, the protagonist of Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Look alive, agents.
When it comes to Iden, we simply don't know much, so what better way to uncover her secrets than to visit the studio that created her? EA Motive in Montreal, Canada. I got to sit down with Mitch Dyer, one of 2 lead writers on Battlefront 2, who wrote Iden from the ground up. Who is Iden?
Everything that she's doing is for the good of the galaxy. She believes in order, she believes in peace, and the Empire is the best instrument by which to achieve that.
Do you think that people are going to empathize with her?
I think they will because of the performance. I think that Janina brings a heart to this person who we get to get under the mask of. But I don't think by any means we're trying to say the Empire is good. Nobody's going to walk away from Battlefront 2 saying, you know what, the Rebellion was wrong about that Death Star. But if you grow up with this and this is your life, and your father is an Imperial Admiral and your mother is an Imperial propaganda artist, these things kind of just feel natural. This is just who you are, this is what you're becoming. And in the game we get to explore a lot of that with her character.
Honestly, that was a pretty bold move from EA, giving us a protagonist that has blatantly been influenced by propaganda by a governing force that we've been told since 1977 are the bad guys.
No matter how much of the veneer exists for Iden, no matter how strong she is, you do get glimpses into the fact that she's a person.
Impossible.
So when she sees the Death Star explode, she has that moment of horror. Who's responsible for this? Is it the Rebellion? Is it the Emperor? Somebody made a bad decision that led to this destruction, and all those lives are gone. We didn't really have a plan B, so now we need to figure out what's next. Iden's place in that, we hope, is really interesting in Battlefront 2, and I think that Janina obviously brings so much of that to life.
We can grieve later. Right now we need to move.
What's it like hanging out with Iden outside of a work environment?
Spending time with Iden might be a little troublesome because I don't know that I would get a word in because she has the control. She is the smartest person in the room. She dominates the conversation and she gets the last word. She's going to look at something and she's going to understand the difference between what she's being told and what's actually happening. These kinds of qualities are what make it so she can complete missions in unorthodox ways. It's why she colors outside the lines of protocol. And sometimes that means doing things the Empire doesn't totally agree with.
One target, dead ahead. Follow my lead.
Understood, Commander.
So in your head, is Iden a hero or a villain?
In my mind, she's somebody who is doing things very much her own way, and that those decisions intersect with a lot of people on a lot of sides. She's complex, and she is somebody who, as somebody who is on the dark side, still is a hero who does heroic things in the interest of protecting the galaxy. Iden is absolutely a hero.
After talking to Mitch about Iden, I think I realized that regardless of her upbringing as a citizen of the Empire, she has a lot in common with rebels, like Leia, for example. She's strong, driven, just, and stubborn, but ultimately, she truly believes she's doing the right thing, and there are a lot of layers there. What I really need to dig into next is her actual design. To me, Iden looks like a distinguished version of a TIE pilot, and I'm sure the subtle differences between the two are a whole lot more significant than I think. All that on the next episode of Behind the Cosplay.